Yo, what's up, guys? Earl DFS coming back with another NHL video, and today we have a 4-game slate to go over. Um, Even though 5 games are being played tonight, we have a 4-game slate. Um, Keep in mind the Blues and the Ducks. This is a rescheduled game from a month and a half ago. I want to say month and a half, 2 months ago, whatever. When Jay Brewmaster had a cardiac attack, if I could ever speak. So we only have a 4-game slate tonight. So let's hop right into it. I also have my top 5 stacks and my top 5 goalies for today that I'm going to be going over as well as I break down the slate. But let's head to our first game of the slate, the San Jose Sharks. Chicago Blackhawks, 3.35 for the Blackhawks, 2.65 for the Sharks. Martin Jones, Corey Crawford in net. I'll start on the San Jose side. I'm going to be getting to Sam Jose. The way I see it is more like these two lines will probably be like 6 and 7, 7 or 8 on my list if I came out with a top 10 instead of a top 5. They'd be on the outside looking in, but I'm still going to be getting to 5 to 8% of each line, maybe something like that along those lines. San Jose Sharks have let me down time and time again, but I'm going to prepare myself for them to do it again tonight. They go up against the Blackhawks. Keep in mind, this slate starts at 8 o'clock, not 7. So just an extra hour of being able to prepare. This San Jose top line looks very affordable. $2,500 for Sorensen, $34 for Thornton. Myers $57, but you're totally fine with paying that when you're getting such a bargain for the first two guys. I also like that the second line also has a $2,500 guy. So there are some cheap options to be able to pair up full stacks for Sharks. There are ways you can obviously get away from Sorensen and Gregor, and you can just play 2-mans or power play stacks. I've learned that this year, target against the Blackhawks, they are not a good team. So I'll probably be doing that tonight. I'll be targeting against the Blackhawks. My top owned defenseman tonight will be in this game with Brett Burns, who has been playing consistently good. He had that streak there. He gets consistently at least get you at least 8 points. So he's not someone I'm scared to play a ton of. He will get you points regardless of how bad the team's doing. On the Blackhawks side, I have my number 3 stack of the night, which is that Nylander, Strome, and Kane line. I really like this line. I think they have a great chance of being the top stack of the night. They're at home, going up against a really bad Sharks team. So I'm definitely going to be getting to some of Chicago 2. I also like Chicago 1, Taves, Brindacat, and Saad as well. And also we have the number 2 goalie in this game with Corey Crawford. The way I'm looking at goalies for this slate is which one's the best, gives me the best chance at getting a win for the cheapest amount. Corey Crawford, 8K, a minus 165 favorite going up against the Sharks at home. I like it. He'll be my number 2 goalie of the night. Number 1 will be coming up later in the video, obviously. On to the next game of the slate. Winnipeg Jets, Edmonton Oilers, 2.82 for the Jets, 3.18 for the Oilers. No McDavid, it looks like. At least from first looks here, we don't know if he's going to be playing or not tonight. He had the illness a couple nights ago and missed. No, he confirmed it was not coronavirus. But we'll see if McDavid will be back in the lineup tonight. He'll probably be a game-time decision. So keep an eye out for that. That being said, if he is out, I think you slam this Edmonton 1. stack. I have this Edmonton 1 stack as my second favorite of the night, especially if McDavid's out. Give me Yamamoto, Draisaitl, and Nugent Hopkins. I think it's just a great spot for them. They'll probably be going up against that Scheifele, Wheeler, Connor line, which they're not the greatest defensively. Especially if they go up against that Eakin Lane Ayers line, which I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be a hard lock between the Scheifele line and the Draisaitl line. But if they're getting any time against that Eakin Lane Ayers line, that is just a cakewalk of a matchup for that top line for Edmonton. And Edmonton 2, 3, and 4, fuck them. I don't want them. There's no need to play them. With no McDavid, there's no secondary lines here. It's just Edmonton 1 or bust. For defenseman for Edmonton, Clefbaum is back on that top power play. I'll definitely play him with these Draisaitl, Yamamoto, Nugent Hopkins lines. Darnell Nurse and Ethan Bear, they're going to be getting that 5-on-5 time with that line, so definitely something I will be looking at. On the other side, the Winnipeg Jets. Oh wait, my bad. Before I go to the Jets, one last thing. Mike Smith is my number 3 goalie of the night. He is 8,100. He is playing at home though, and he is going up against the Winnipeg Jets, which do shoot a lot of shots, and they're not projected too high. And he's a minus 135, which is but he's only 8,100 for a favorite goalie, which I think is a third cheapest on the slate. On the Jets side, Connor Hellebuck, especially if McDavid's not going to be playing in this game. I have him as my number 5 goalie right now. There's four games. I had to double up on one game, and I like this game to be a double up game. For goalies, Connor Hellebuck at only 7,300. He's a plus 115. So he's only a slight favorite, and that's probably because they're on the road. So I like Hellebuck to have a nice night tonight. Edmonton does shoot a lot of shots, so definitely something to look at. On the Jets side, I'm going to be getting to probably a decent amount of Scheifele, Wheeler, and Connor. They'd probably be my number 6 stack of the night. So they're not my top 5. But and then of course Cody Eakin, just the GOAT the other night, had 16 points. I was listening to the Awesemo guys rip on him before he scored 16. So I don't know how much of the second line I want to get to though, but I will be getting to a little bit of them. But more of the Scheifele, Wheeler, and Connor line. For defensemen, with that top line, I'm going to get to some Neil Pionk, and then Morrissey and DeMello with that top line, and then Kulikov and Pionk with that second line. The next game would have been the St. Louis Blues and the Anaheim Ducks. They don't know what stats they're counting or not, so DraftKings have just left them off the slate completely. I'm fine with that. Let's get to the next game. 10 o'clock. New York Rangers, Colorado Avalanche, 2.62 for the Rangers, 3.38 for the Avalanche. Alexander Georgiev, Pavel Francouz in net for projected in net. And this will bring up my number 1 stack of the night. Colorado won. No surprise there. McKinnon, Landeskog, and Nemestikov, they've been playing really well. They're going to be going up against either New York 1 or New York 2, which these are more offensive lines, not defensive lines. So the Rangers have been getting a little bit better defensively, but give me as much Colorado 1 as possible. I really, really like them tonight. McKinnon will probably be my highest owned player. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Pavel Francouz is my number 4 goalie on the slate. He The only reason why he's so low is because Rangers can still score some goals, so that does worry me a little bit. He is 8,400. So, and if you want to go for a cheap goalie tonight, Georgiev is not a bad option. The Rangers do give up a lot of shots. The Avalanche take a lot of shots. Granted, they score a lot of goals. But at 6,900, he doesn't need a win. He just needs the 35 save bonus, and he's fine. So he can get lit up, get that 35 save bonus, get you 20 points, and you're thrilled. So, but on this, basically, it's Colorado 1, a little bit of Colorado 2, and then power play stacks there. On the Rangers side, Zibanejad has been playing out of his freaking mind. So I really like that top stack with Buchnevich and DiGiuseppe. DiGiuseppe makes it affordable to play this top stack. And they'll be going up against the McKinnon line, which is not the most scariest line for defensive reasons. And then that second line, I always like playing both lines when it comes to the Rangers. Until they put Panarin on Zibanejad's line, then I would only play one line. But they have two really good lines with Strome, Panarin, and Faust. Zibanejad, Buchnevich, and DiGiuseppe. As unfortunately Kreider is not on that line. He is hurt. But for defensemen in this game, if you're playing Colorado 1, you're playing Sam Girard. If you want to get contrarian, you could throw Ryan Graves in there. He's only $400 more. He doesn't get the power play time, but I think that'll lower his ownership on a 4-game slate. You want to get different. And then for Rangers, if you're playing either of these top two lines, I feel like DeAngelo is a must, especially if you're playing power play stacks with Zibanejad, Strome, and Panarin. Then DeAngelo is someone I want to get to as well. Trouba is not a bad option if you're playing the top line for the Rangers. On to our final game of the slate here. Ottawa Senators, LA Kings. We got a late night hammer, barn burner, whatever you want to call it. Huge game with my favorite goalie in it. At a minus 165, whoever it may be. Right now they're saying Peterson. It could be Quick. We don't know. At 7,700, I'm going to be playing LA King goalie against Ottawa. Ottawa sucks. They're on the road. I think the Kings give me a good chance at a win tonight, even though they suck as well. But they're at home. They have a nice implied total, minus 165. Just a lot of bad teams playing tonight other than Colorado and Edmonton. Just this slate's kind of ugly. Sharks, Blackhawks, Rangers, Winnipeg's meh. With the Senators and the Kings. I mean, if we're lucky, this slate gives us what, three out of 8 teams that are playoff teams? Maybe 4 if the Rangers can pull off some fucking miracle. Like, it's not a great slate at all for talent-wise, but it's an interesting slate for trying to guess something right here. My number 4 favorite stack of the night is that top line for LA. They had the power play correlation. I kind of like them. And I like LA 2 as a filler stack. Not like you're really going to need much value other than if you're looking to play power play stacks for the Rangers or full line stacks for like the Scheifele line or the Nugent-Hopkins line, maybe the McKinnon line. So, I mean, the Lewis Kempe-Lizotte line is really cheap for a filler stack if you're looking to get there. On the Ottawa side, maybe the Brady Tkachuk line. I'm not a huge fan of that, though. The Connor Brown line's cheap. They get some power play time. But overall, Ottawa's not a team I truly want to play too much of tonight. When it comes to defensemen, if I'm playing the top line, Drew Doughty. If I want to get different, Ben Hutton. With Ottawa, Thomas Chabot one-offs. He'll get you good minutes. He just plays a lot. That's basically it. He plays 28, 23, 27, 24, 30, 27, 32, 32. He'll get you a lot of minutes, so I think Thomas Chabot one-offs are not bad. But that's going to do it for this video. Only a 4-game slate, so this should be an interesting slate. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below if you think my lists are right for the top 5s. If you want to see more of top 5s rather than 6 under 16, let me know. I'm always willing to try new ideas. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys next time.